Welcome to the Crazecast podcast run by the fans for the fans that brings you closer to the action. My name is Roxy, and today I'm joined by my fellow host Jay and Robin.
Hi.
Hello.
To keep up with all our content, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Craze Magazine, and YouTube, The Craze. If you enjoy our content, please consider helping support our organization through Ko-Fi. Head over to ko-fi.com/thecraze where you can donate however much you please, and we thank you so much for your support.
Our next topic is something that I think all of us have sort of been noticing in recent times. I would say probably within the last year-ish. Is sort of the way that the K-pop media space is changing, especially when it comes to fan-run content like us or people that were YouTubers, back before K-pop exploded totally in the United States.
Still active. Robin's still active.
Partially, not
Partially. I have given up on my YouTube channel.
Well, even like our founder Connie was like a K-pop YouTube react channel back in the day for a very short period of time. That was back when all of the people were in chat rooms together because it was like Gen 2. So like, I don't know what size like the fandom was back then on the internet, but I imagine it was small enough that everybody kind of knew each other.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it was, because I don't know how me and Robin met. We just met somehow. We met through one mutual person, and then I find out Robin knows all of these other people, including Ashley, who's
I know like everyone.
Robin knows everybody. Like, she knew everybody back then, and
everyone that like what had a name in like K-pop YouTube, I knew.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like that's gone.
Yeah.
And that like a lot of people that were involved are gone. Like the only like K-pop react YouTube person that I see regularly anymore is Jerry.
And he's not even as regular as he used to be.
Right. And I don't think he's even on YouTube anymore.
He just uploads stuff from Twitch.
Yeah. That's what it is. And that's where he shifted a lot of his content onto Twitch. And I mean, probably earning a better revenue.
I don't know. I've heard that the Twitch revenue just took a nosedive recently.
It did,
real bad.
But at least he's still he's probably earning a lot more compared to YouTube.
I mean, I don't know. So
yeah.
But yeah. So and I also feel like there's a shift in like outlets that talk about K-pop, right? So we started in 2016. And when we started, I think there was like Soul Beats. I don't know if Soul Beats is still around. Soul Beats was there. Cult Scene just recently shut down. And that was run by Tamar and Alexis, who now have like actual journalism, careers in K-pop. But there's like, we've been seeing people that were around when we came around shut down. There have been a few that popped up in that time, but I feel like there's less than before. And it just seems like it's shifting to where like mass media is taking over the K-pop space, and it actually really makes me sad. I feel like it gives less of like I don't want to say less authentic, because I know that a lot of the K-pop journalists that do it are still K-pop fans that like care about it. But it just, maybe corporate is the word I'm thinking of. It seems a lot more corporate.
Yeah, like, because like we know people who are still part of bigger outlets who put out really great stuff, and that they're into it. Like person who I enjoy reading their stuff is Crystal Bell. When I know that if she's gonna drop an article, I'm reading it. Same goes for Tamar. Same goes for Alexis. I can't read when Alexis posts anything remezcla, because unfortunately I can't read Spanish. But like like when it's stuff like that, like I get really happy to see like they're still in it, they're still going for it, and they're still putting out really quality work. And not to say that any of the other outlets that we know, they're putting out really, like the smaller ones similar to us, they're putting out quality work. It's just we're getting overshadowed now.
And it's like, I feel like what helped at least K-pop in expanding in the West was the fan run stuff.
Yeah.
And like the community around it. I feel like the community has kind of like exploded out and gone away because like people now are, instead of being like K-pop stands, you're a single group stan and then you pick fights with
Mhm.
other groups.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's less unity in it. It just feels
Mhm.
less communal to me than it used to,
Yeah.
which I don't like. And you know, it's nice to see that at least the people that were there in the beginning do still get work, you know, at major outlets. But like at the same time, that is also starting to run thin. Like
Yeah.
some of the bigger publications are just sending random people to cover the K-pop stuff instead of having like a designated person that like knows the K-pop space to cover it. So like
Mhm.
I remember specifically, I'm sure I've talked about it once, that people got all up in arms about it when Super M was touring here. I believe it was Paper in Houston sent out a guy to cover the Super M show, and he was just like super critical and said like Baekhyun didn't even actually sing during the entire show, like saying things that weren't true.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of along the same lines as like the writer strike, as in like the business is not putting quality first. They're putting quantity and whatever makes the most money first. So if they don't
Right.
want to pay the writers that know what they're talking about to cover this, they're just gonna send the assignment to someone else. So it's like
Mhm.
I just like sometimes I don't even want to read like big publication stuff about things because I'm like, is this going to be from, you know, someone I know as like a good resource, or is it just going to be, you know,
Or are they
generic stuff?
reusing old material that are from years ago? It's like, okay, like it's been done, repeated. Can we get new content out of them? And I mean, to an extent, we've been on the other side where, you know, there has like what fans don't know is that there are some things where even then some stuff is still curated. You know, it's not good. It still has to go through like
Their management.
yeah, to an
Yeah,
extent.
a lot of times there's not really a lot that you can say. You can send something and they'll be like, no, don't talk about this. Like there was an issue, or not an issue. There was this situation or an experience where we did do an interview and asked a question about something that the manager was like, do not talk about that. And I was like, Jesus, okay, that's fine. We
Yeah.
won't. But it's like, there's like, that's the thing too with K-pop groups, is a lot of time they really want to protect their image. So they're very, very specific on what questions they will or will not answer. And sometimes the ones you want to know the most are ones that they will not allow you to ask, which is also really sad.
Mm-hmm. And like it's a give and take about it, but it's at the same time it's like stop asking like these bigger publications. Not to say I haven't seen it recently, but it's just like, can you stop asking about the same things? Like they've been asked this like 3 years ago, you know? Like
I
please
think that
stop.
we saw that a lot with BTS when they started doing their
Yeah.
media run with like
Mm-hmm.
mainstream media. They were asking like, oh my God, do you have girlfriends? And we're like, why are you asking?
Didn't a group at one point call out someone for asking the same questions over and over every time they toured to America? I think a group, I can't remember who, but I know a group called them out and was like, why do you ask the same questions every time we come here? I
mean,
cannot
would hope
remember
they
who
would.
it was.
They might get in trouble for that with their management, but I kind of like,
I cannot remember who it was, but I remember a group calling them out. Like, you ask the same questions every time we tour here. Why? Ask us something fresh.
yeah.
Yeah. Because
And
they
that's what I'm
also want
saying.
something fresh too.
Yeah, that makes me feel like, you know, the people aren't doing their research and they're just doing something generic. They're just like, okay, throw it together. They don't look at interviews the group has done before and like switch it up.
It's just yeah, and it's so sad also to see not only those publications, we're seeing other public like well prominent like bigger publications also shut down because it's like money, you know.
Yeah, the root of all problems is like
Is
it's not
money.
making money. Which so
And
like it's I hate like I hate running an organization that doesn't have money. But like because obviously if you
It's
are
not easy.
yeah, if you are like a normal person, you want to pay people for the things that they do, but there's just not enough money in online publications. So like even websites that are like major news outlets like Wall Street Journal and stuff, you can't read anything without going through a paywall because they're not making money.
Yeah, and like it's sad to say, but print is dead, which is sucks.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Like, yeah, you'll still like here in America, and I don't know, Robin. Do you see a lot of magazines in Korea?
No.
I assume all the stuff like when they have feature spreads or whatever are just like online publications.
Well, oh shoot. Hold on. When in a momento, I mean, I have recent like you're gonna freak out when you see the one I have, Roxy, but I have like magazines. I have magazines where like it is the actual print, and yes, so I buy them because my biases are on there. I wish I could read all, but you know what? It's still nice to have something physical.
Look here. That's a fucking magazine that has Jin Young on it.
Yeah, is that
that I bought years ago.
But like the thing too is that like there are 90% advertisements.
Yeah, they are.
In order to be able to actually make money off printing it, they have to add the advertisement. So
yeah,
like if you want free content, like, and you want people to be paid, it just like doesn't work that way at all.
Like I can honestly remember like the last print thing I like bought, and it's this. It was an interview that Jin Young did back in Europe when he went there forever ago, and it took fucking 6 months to get to me.
Yeah, hold on. I want to get it because I recently bought two. Hold on, be right back.
I think the last magazine I bought was an August D. He did Marie Claire and Grazia.
Oh well, she just got Marie Claire.
I
saw
you
it.
Yeah,
that I have. I mean, advertisement right there. I have this one.
A new August D. Marie Claire. I have like the one from 2016.
Yeah, this is the new one, and then I have Felix on the L1. But like, obviously, these things are giant and fucking heavy.
You don't see those anywhere here. Like, you have to go to like a specific place to get those.
Yeah, and I mean, like, granted, these are like fashion related things, so obviously, it's gonna tailor to the fashion industry. But yeah. You're right. There's an ad right there. Oh, I was like, who's that? Oh, that's Yuki right there. Sorry. Yeah. So it's just like ad.
It's mostly ads.
Yeah.
And that's like, that pisses me off too about like online media because you can't watch YouTube without paying for it, without like a shitload of ads.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the online space I feel like has very much shifted since the time of like when K-pop content creators were starting. People were doing it because they're passionate about it, and like that's not really an option anymore unless you do it for free, because there's not really a way to make money. And we've seen a lot of the K-pop podcasts as well that we were friends with sort of fall off too, because like, you know, you can only do so much. When you become an adult, you have to pay bills and shit. You can only do so much for so long for free.
And also it's just like life happens, you know. A lot of the reasons why people are also closing is because, you know, they have, you know, different priorities in their life. And that's understandable, but it is sad to see, you know, especially like you built up, you know, cult scene has been around for a long time. And to see them close was just like, wow. That was
made me sad.
Yeah. That was a moment in history that it's just like, we're never going to get something like this ever again.
And it's like watching, part of it is like getting old. So you're watching cycles happen. Mm-hmm. So like this cycle of something that you came up with is like going away. So it's like, does that mean my priorities have to shift soon? Like it makes me feel old. Because
me like, with my YouTube channel.
I mean, like Because there's a certain part of you, I feel like, that you kind of just want to, at a certain point in your life, you still want to have these outlets, you know, you are nostalgic about, you know,
Yeah.
the point in time where this was. So to have it like go away is like really sobering and not fun. And, you know, people don't like change. I don't like, you know, big change necessarily. So it's like, I kind of just wish there was like this little bubble that we could all stay in when things were fun, but it just like doesn't work that way.
Mm-mm.